Our top focus, a shocking case has come to light from Karnataka, where a 45-year-old anesthesiologist has been stabbed to death at his residence in Dharwad on Wednesday night, while his 8-year-old mentally challenged son was found with severe injuries. Police have now taken the doctor's wife into custody in connection with the case. The deceased has been identified as Dr. Kiran, who worked as an anesthesiologist at a private hospital in the city. A case has been registered and further investigation is underway. Let's take a look at some of the issues now that have come up as far as the lead accused is concerned in this matter. We're now being told that the doctor's wife was the only person who was present with her husband and son, but she's been giving inconsistent statements about the husband's whereabouts. She first said that her husband was resting, and later she claimed that he had left home. She was also found beside the body using her phone. So, basis all of this initial evidence, the husband's family has now alleged that the wife may have committed the murder. She's now been detained and is being questioned extensively by the police. She, of course, appeared shocked and has also been giving vague answers. She was further admitted to a hospital during the questioning process. No arrests have formally been announced yet. The police are currently probing a domestic dispute as motive. Involvement has not officially been confirmed by the cops, but in this horrific case of murder that is coming in from Karnataka, we're now being told that the wife at this point in time is the preliminary suspect in the matter. My colleague Belly Thomas with me on the broadcast. Belly, gory details coming in of this murder that has taken place in Karnataka. And of course, we're learning that the doctor's son was also stabbed pretty brutally, but he's not in a position to give a very clear answer as to what truly transpired on Wednesday night. But basis the preliminary evidence with the cops, the finger at this point in time, Belly, is being pointed squarely at the wife. What further can you share with our viewers? Belly, can you hear me?
Yes, Devika. So the police at this point of time are investigating into the circumstantial evidences as to how this murder could have been, carried out. So as of now, they had analyzed the entire CCTV cameras in and around this apartment. This apartment seems to be a secured premise with all the CCTV cameras in place, and it's like the police have confirmed that there is no third-party entrant into this particular flat that the doctor couple was living with their 8-year-old son who was mentally challenged. So now, having said that, they are now going to analyze the phone call records of the wife who was present inside the house as to whether she had any communication with anyone whatsoever, and that is subject matter to investigation. But as of now, what we have as facts are this particular 45-year-old anesthesiologist working for a private hospital in Dharwad was stabbed to death, and later on their 8-year-old son, identified as Nihit, who is mentally challenged, was also stabbed multiple times, but he was found lying in a pool of blood, but he was breathing when the police gained access or entry into that house, and he was immediately shifted to a hospital, and he is said to be in a stable condition as of now. But the moment the police entered into the house, what they noticed was that this woman was sitting besides the body of her husband with her mobile phone in her hand, and she looked dazed and confused. The police are kind of they initially thought that she was in a shock, but later on, during the investigation, they found out that she had injected herself with insulin, and maybe that would have she would have done that as a doctor, because she is also an ophthalmologist who's working for a private hospital in Dharwad, and they had been married more than 8 years, 8 years now, and they have an 8-year-old child. And what probably could have triggered this crime is what the police is kind of investigating into, Devika.
Okay, Belly, but at the same time, as far as the preliminary now report is concerned, it is pointing to the wife currently. Where does the investigation stand? We've been told that the wife was taken in for questioning, but she was also admitted to the hospital. So, where does the questioning really stand at this point in time? And are there any other suspects at all? Is there any CCTV footage?
Devika, at this point of time, the police have stated that since they know of fact that the Dr. Priyanka, who is an ophthalmologist, also had injected insulin to herself, they say that it could have been done to end her own life. So she is being kept under observation. She has been taken to a hospital, admitted and kept under observation is what we have said. And now her statements are inconsistent. It's very contradictory in nature, and the police cannot establish the fact that these statements can be taken on record. So they are kind of talking to her to come to terms with the entire course of events, and then record her statements, and then would probably get to know the timeline or the threadbare details of what all transpired from Wednesday night onwards until the police reached the spot. So as of now, what we are given to understand is that the wife is the prime suspect in this case, and since there is no any other angle to it, like possibly a murder for gain, that is not there. There is no third party entrant into that apartment, and there has been kind of the wife who has been seated beside the husband with a dazed and confused posture. So this is what the police has gathered as of now, and they have the needle of suspicion is basically towards the wife, and the police are investigating into it in several angles. Now they would also analyze her phone call records, if she was in touch with anybody else, and why did she kind of murder her husband and her child. Was there any kind of marital discord or domestic dispute between the couple? They're also inquiring into the immediate family members who are around. Initially, the police also suspected that there would be some kind of a dispute with neighbors there at the apartment, but there was no any kind of information coming forth that they had any dispute with the neighbors as well. So the police have kind of ruled out all the possibilities and now confined to this possibility of only the wife could have been committed this crime. And since her statements are contradictory in nature and it is inconsistent, now the police are waiting for her to return to a stable condition, after which they will record her statement, which would establish the entire motive of the crime and the trigger of this particular decision that the wife would have possibly taken to eliminate the husband as well as their son.
Yes, Belly, I'm coming to some more details on the case as well. Cops are now saying relatives and friends had tried contacting Dr. Kiran on Wednesday night. However, Priyanka allegedly told the callers that he was resting. And to some, she said he had gone for a walk, and when they were unable to reach him, one of Dr. Kiran's relatives went to the apartment and found the doctor lying in a pool of blood. The relative then alerted the cops. Very, something doesn't really tie up here, because if your relatives or friends are trying to contact you on a particular night and they're not able to reach you, one would not get that suspicious within a span of a few hours as to actually come to your house and see if everything is okay. In this case, of course, it was good of the relatives and friends to come and they were able to find the body. But it is quite suspicious, Belly, that the relatives and friends, if they were not able to reach Dr. Kiran on a particular night, they actually decided to come over and check what was happening. It seems that something may now come of this case. even through his text messages or something he's shared with his relatives and friends that gave them this suspicion that he could be in danger?
Kind of the exact angle that the police are now investigating as to why this relative had come there at that point of time. But we are told that there are some people who are staying close to this couple in close proximity, while the entire family kept a watch on them. And we are told that preliminary inquiries doesn't reveal that there is a kind of a marital discord into this particular in this family as such. But we are again trying to ascertain as to what could have possibly gone wrong and what was the trigger as to this wife would have taken this decision. And when there was phone calls, like you rightly pointed out, there was phone calls made to the wife, Dr. Priyanka, about the whereabouts of Dr. Kiran, and Priyanka kept answering differently. That once she said that she was resting at home, and the other time she said that he had gone to the hospital, and she was giving different kind of statements. So we actually kind of can't conclude as to what is the exact issue here. But certainly the police are investigating into the timeline of the event, and when one of the relatives came there, and when they noticed, they found that she was sitting next to the body of her husband and scrolling the phone is what the relative had given a statement to the police. So the police would take that statement as an evidence, but certainly there would be further questioning and recording of statements of every others, including that of the suspect, Dr. Priyanka as well. And whenever she's in a stable condition, she will be able to exactly tell as to what exactly transpired at that particular time on Wednesday night when this crime had occurred. And coming to the 8-year-old Nikit, the son of the couple, he is a mentally challenged individual, and the police recording his statement would be taken, but it would. There would be certain limitations to that, is what the police sources are saying. However, they would ask him as to what exactly he saw and what exactly he experienced in that room, and with what he comes forth with experts and with psychiatrists and psychologists, everyone, child psychology experts. They would kind of thread it out as to what exactly transpired in that particular room, is what we are learning from sources from the police, Devika.
All right, Belly, stay on with me. Investigators are now saying that the exact time of the incident is not yet established, and they're waiting for the postmortem report, which is expected to determine the cause and time of death. Belly, this will be a very critical piece of evidence as far as this case is concerned, because the body was found at night, but one has to be sure of the exact time of the murder as well.
Absolutely, Devika. So the police are kind of now unsure of what time the murder had taken place, since everybody is in, since the wife herself is in a state of shock. She had injected herself with insulin, and she is not in a state to give a statement which is consistent. The police are waiting for the postmortem reports so that they would know the possible time, the time limit that the murder could have happened, and then they will kind of investigate back into the timeline of the incident as to what all could have transpired in that house, with the help of statements recorded with everyone who would have tried to contact both on Kiran's phone as well as Dr. Priyanka's phone on them, and what all replies that they got. Everything would be recorded, and the phone call details of Dr. Priyanka also will be analyzed as to whether she was in touch with any third party virtually, or somebody was giving her some instructions or something. All those things should be investigated, is what the police source says, Devika.
Betty, stay on with me. Some more news coming in from Karnataka. Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, KPCC President B.K. Hariprasad